Does everybody still have the stamina for one more? Or is everybody dying? So this is called Visualization Resources, a survey, and it's based on a paper down here, Visualization Resources, a survey. There's a link to it in the notes, the tutorial notes, as Anna pointed out. Was Anna right? So thank you for that. And there's a link to it, obviously, on my webpage. So you're going to need the PDF, like for the visualization resources. This is the overview of that PDF, right? It's quite a hefty document. So the little story behind this project, I often get the question, what visualization resources are available to me? I have this idea or this thing I want to work on. Can you tell me what visualization resources are available to me? And this question is surprisingly difficult to answer. It's very difficult to answer. Shouldn't be, but it is. So we decided as a visualization group to work on this and collect visualization resources together in one location, in one PDF. And we did it over a course of 3 years, so that's a long time. It was really, really difficult, this project, actually. It shouldn't be difficult, but it was really difficult. And I was thinking, wow, I can't wait for this to be finished. It's never finished, but at least published, and like at least that sort of thing. We published 2 versions again. One's called Visualization Resources, a Starting Point, published in 2021. And then another one's called Visualization Resources, a Survey, published in 2022. It was a project that we worked on a lot during the lockdowns too, like bringing together different people and doing something unusual. It's very unusual, this kind of project. Has anybody even seen a project like this before? So visualization is growing very rapidly. There are too many resources to list individually. It's just not possible, actually. So what we've decided is we made a choice to focus on collections of resources. So other people have put in lots of time and effort to build up collections. And we have basically a survey of those collections. And then what those are, we'll see. We offer a classification of the resources, as academics always do, right? And who is this for? Students, teachers, practitioners, and researchers. So we try to cover everybody, essentially. It's for everybody. Everybody that's interested. And this is the overview of the resources. So we have different categories of people: students, researchers, practitioners, and developers. And we have different kinds of resources, like literature resources, websites, software developer resources, color. We have a special category just for color. We have a special category just for geospatial, and we have a special category of blogs. So that's a complete overview of what's out there. And someone was really asking about the software, right? That was Zainab? Yeah. Zainab. That's the category for you. So what do we focus on? We focus on free stuff. It should be free. It should be visualization focused. And it should be, ideally, it's open source, ideally. And collections with a visualization focus. There are some exceptions. Some things are not completely free and completely open. But we try to aim for that. And it turns out searching for these resources is not easy. It's not a matter of just Google this, Google that. Because you won't find a lot of the things just with a simple Google search. So the search process involved teaching, so I was teaching for a long time, visualization. We reviewed a lot of research papers, that helps with the collection. We've attended lots of events, so sometimes you go to an event and you discover a new resource. We've tried also searching with Google, so combined with Google searches, and we came across a lot of very valuable resources when we were working on other projects, 2 special projects. One's called the Survey of Surveys. So imagine a survey paper, and every single paper in that survey paper is another survey paper. That's the Survey of Surveys. While we were working on the Survey of Surveys, we encountered a lot of really interesting resources. So that's not a Google search, right? And another project was a survey of information visualization books. When we were doing a survey of information visualization books, we encountered a lot of valuable resources because the books themselves try to assemble resources in the appendices, right? So we thought, oh, there's so much valuable material in there, right? And so it's the first survey of its kind on collections of resources for data visualization. We have the classification that you saw. And there's a web-based version of this, you know, and you can find the link to that in the tutorial notes as well, and in the PDF. So like we try to gather the links to the resources in our web page, right, to help. But probably the PDF is probably the best thing to look at. Why do we focus on collections? It's because the list of individual resources is too large. It's just not possible. But collections are usually maintained by a group of people. So we have maintainers. And that focusing on collections exploits the hundreds of hours or thousands of hours that people have already invested into searching for individual resources. So we exploit the hundreds and thousands of hours of collective search that's already been performed to find the individual resources. We also benefit from the organization that some of has gone into of those resources as well. Okay, so for each category of visualization resources in the PDF, we go into the search process, like what was that search process that we used to find them. We go into details about how we included the resources and which ones did we leave out. And then we go into recommendations too, like when do you use these and for who do we think they're good for. That's in the PDF. You know, the extended version of this talk could include that, but that would take a long time. It would be like a 90-minute talk if we included all this information. So we don't actually include it here. But it's just to mention what's in the PDF. Because a lot of you are probably wondering, like, oh, well, what do you recommend? And there you can see the PDF for recommendations. So we have recommendations on related refereed literature, right? If you want to get an overview of information visualization as a field, you can look at this survey of information visualization books, right? If you're trying to get an overview of the whole field. If you're trying to get a whole overview of the whole field of research in information visualization, you can check out the SOS, the Survey of Surveys. If you're trying to get an overview of machine learning, And visualization, there's a great survey paper on that. Everybody's obsessed with machine learning right now. And here's a special one for text, like if anybody's focused on natural language processing. There's a survey of surveys on text visualization. These are all research papers with meta collections, metadata collections. In other words, they've published, it's usually a survey, but then they've published some supplementary material with that survey. It's a very helpful resource. I'll just click on one as a sort of example, like the citation visualization. This is a visual representation of citations, like which papers have cited other papers. You know, that's one of the resources available, right? And that's inside the visualization community. So I won't go into that in detail. Metadata collections, right? There are special papers that just have collections of images for visualization based on different themes, right? We have these also collected together. We call them image collection browsers, right? And what might be a good one? So if I go to, I think if I can remember one of them, treeviz.net. This is an example of an image collection browser. So you have lots of images of trees, tree-based visualizations, a tree, hierarchical representations, right? So we have whole collections of these kinds of resources, right? We have collections of surveys, web pages. Each one of these represents a survey of literature on a special topic. You know, here we can see one that's dynamic graphs, performance visualization, visualization group structures, cartograms, high dimensional data, paper viz, spark lines, and so on. So they're all surveys, and they have a visual representation in the form of a web page that collects all the literature together. Again, this is a literature-based resource. These are all visualization-focused websites. So there are a bunch of websites that have a special visualization focus, right? And this is a table that collects them together. And it describes what topics they cover. So for example, Depict Data Studio is one of them. And it offers design guidance, it offers a visualization blog, it offers visualization training, it offers a list of events. It doesn't have any related papers. It offers collections of books on visualization. It does not offer tools and software. It does not offer data sources or case studies or related web pages. But if you're looking for tools and software, like you can visit this one called DVP, right? Or From Data to Viz. And you get all of your, some tools and software. So these are all visualization-focused web pages. This is just a little view, like thumbnails of some of those web pages, right? That's what some of them look like on the front page, the visualization-focused websites. This is the summary that we just looked at, right? All the different website references and resources, right? What do they have to offer? This is a summary of open source visualization libraries for developers. So if you're a developer and you're looking for visualization libraries to work with, develop with, that those will give you an overview. Color. These are all color resources. We should finish, yeah? Okay. Sure. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, yeah. So color resources are covered. Here's a table of, if you're interested in color, you could find color resources. If you're interested in geospatial visualization, you get a list of geospatial visualization resources based on research papers, web pages, and then for developers as well, geospatial developers. Blogs, we have a collection of visualization blogs available in these resources. And there's a list of unsolved problems, of course, with visualization resources themselves, right? And that's the fast summary. In the long version, we could look at the different examples of the resources and have a quick look, but since we're getting kicked out, it's the short version. But everything is there in the PDF, all the references, a full description of all the resources is there, how we found them, which ones we included, which ones we left out, and recommendations. Does that hopefully help a little bit? Give a quick overview. Any questions about the Viz resources?
Just something like off your mind, if there was something about, we discussed about narrative storytelling.
Yeah.
So like all of these resources, like they tend to convert numbers to like some form of visualization. So if we were to do some kind of narrative storytelling, like kind of storyboarding, anything that you would suggest of your...
I guess it depends on what you're trying to do, the task you're trying to perform. Are you trying to create something, like, are you trying to create something? Are you trying to develop something as a software developer, or probably just off-the-shelf tools?
No, just off-the-shelf.
Yeah. So in that case, I would look at the off-the-shelf tools section of visualization resources.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll see that there are special web pages that just collect the tools together, off-the-shelf tools. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, thank you all for attending. And I guess at 7, if anybody wants to go to dinner, we can meet in the lobby. We'll take a break. And I do know a few restaurants, but if anybody knows some restaurants, that would be good too. Does anybody know some good restaurants? I found 2 last night that are like within walking distance.
From here?
From here, yeah. Did anybody go out to eat yet? Nobody went out to eat?
I've been around to New Harbor. Yeah, not here too, but I went New Harbor.
I see. You took like the metro or something?
Yeah, from here to there, yes.
Okay. Anyways, we can figure it out in the lobby. I think it's nice to just walk to some place, you know. Okay, so if anybody's interested, I'll see you at 7 o'clock in the lobby.